Hi, I am here in front of you to talk about the 4 types of hypersensitivity reaction. So I am Aaron Jen Galanzo Malab, a third-year Bachelor in Science in Medical Laboratory Science student, and this is for my partial requirement of my subject Immunology and Serology lecture. So this would be the table of contents of my presentation, including hypersensitivity, type 1, 2, 3, and 4 hypersensitivity. So what is hypersensitivity? Hypersensitivity refers to undesirable immune reactions produced by the normal immune system. When an immune response results in exaggerated OR, in inappropriate reactions harmful to the host, the term hypersensitivity or allergy is used. Hypersensitive reactions has 4 types based on the mechanism involved and time taken for reaction. A particular clinical condition may involve more than one type of reaction. So this is the classification of hypersensitivity wherein type 1, 2, and 3 are antibody mediated, while type 4 on the other hand is cell mediated. For this table, these are the classifications of immunologic reactions. Type 1, its mediator is IgE and its reaction is immediate. Type 2, IgG and IgM and its reaction is cytotoxic. Type 3, its mediator is Ag and Ab complexes and its reaction is immune complex. While type 4, its mediator is T cells and its reactions is cell mediated. So let's get down to the first type of hypersensitivity, which is the type 1. Mediated by IgE antibodies produced by plasma cells in response to stimulation of Th2 cells by an antigens. The antigens that stimulate it are called allergens or house dust, pollens, cosmetics, insects, clothings, and drugs. Exposure may be ingested, inhalation, injection, or direct contact. This hypersensitivity can be systemic or localized to a specific target tissue or organ. For the type 2 hypersensitivity, transfusion reactions and hemolytic disease of the newborn are examples of type 2 hypersensitivity. It involves IgG or IgM antibody mediated. IgG or IgM immunoglobulin will react with cell surface antigens to activate the complement system and produce direct damage of the cell surface. For the type 3 hypersensitivity, it is also known as immune complex hypersensitivity. The reaction may take 3 to 10 hours after exposure to the antigen. The reaction may be general or may involve individual organs including other organs. Antigens causing immune complex mediated injury are exogenous and endogenous. Its mechanism is antigens combines with antibody within circulation and form immune complex wherever in the body they deposited. They activate complement system and polymorphonuclear cells are attracted to the site and it results in inflammation and tissue injury. For the reactions, for local reactions, it is for the Artus reaction. It is named for Dr. Artus. Inflammation caused by the deposition of immune complexes at the localized site. Clinical manifestations is hypersensitivity and pneumonitis. For the serum sickness for systemic reactions, systemic inflammatory response to deposited immune complexes at many areas of the body. Few days to 2 weeks after the injection to foreign serum or drug, it results in fever, urticaria, arthralgia, eosinophilia, and lymphadenopathy. For the immune complex diseases, first, we have hypersensitivity pneumonitis. Inhalation of antigens into lungs stimulates antibody production. Subsequent inhalation of the same antigen results in formation of immune complexes, and also it activates complement. For the next is glomerulonephritis. Immune complexes in the blood are deposited in the glomeruli. Damage of to the glomeruli cells impedes blood's filtration. Kidney failure and ultimately death result. For the third, rheumatoid arthritis. Immune complexes deposited in the joint results in release of inflammatory chemicals. The joints begin to break down and become distorted. Trigger is not well understood and it is treated with anti-inflammatory drugs. This picture represents an example of the rheumatoid arthritis. For the last is the systemic lupus erythematosus. Autoantibodies against DNA result in immune complex formation. Many other autoantibodies can also occur against RBC, platelets, lymphocytes, and muscle cells. Immunosuppressive drugs reduce antibody formation, and glucocorticoids reduce inflammation. Again, this picture represents systemic lupus erythematosus. For the type 4 and hypersensitivity, delayed hypersensitivity is a function of T lymphocytes, not antibody. It starts hours or days after contact with the antigen and often lasts for days. It can be transferred immunologically committed T cells, not by serum. Principal pattern of immunologic reactions to variety of intracellular microbiologic agents, which are viruses, fungi, parasites, and Mycobacterium tuberculosis. Its mechanism is activated by lymphocytes, released in cytokines, and macrophage activation. And it is T-cell mediated cytotoxicity. For the clinically important delayed hypersensitivity reactions, first we have the tuberculin response. An injection of tuberculin beneath the skin causes a reaction in individual exposed to tuberculosis or tuberculosis vaccine. Used to diagnose contact with antigen Mycobacterium tuberculosis. There is no response when individual is not infected or vaccinated. Red, hard swelling develops in individuals previously infected or immunized. For the allergic contact dermatitis. Cell-mediated immune response and results in an intensely irritating skin rash triggered by chemically modified skin proteins that the body regards as a foreign and also can be treated with glucocorticoids. And for the graft injection, rejection of tissue or organs that have been transplanted, also graft perceived as a foreign by a recipient undergo rejection. So that's all for my presentation, and thank you for lending me your ears, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, and may God bless us all.